Spoken and Phonetics for Changes and Adult Learners.
Day 19, Part 2. Describe a meeting you remember going to work, college or school. You should say when and where the meeting was held, who was the meeting, what the people at the meeting talked about, and explain why you remember going to this meeting. I remember a meeting I attended about 3 months in particular, because it was a very long one and a lot of people were getting stressed out during it. The meeting was at work in the conference room where we all gathered to discuss some problems with a very important project we were working on. There are about 8 people who attended the meeting: the general manager, the head of the design department, the company accountant, the project manager, and 2 of the company directors, my boss, who is the president of the company, and me as one of the project engineers. Basically, the project we were working on was not going well. It was overdue and over budget due to some unforeseen problems and delays with suppliers and contractors. The worst thing about the particular project was that it was for our most important client. I think that's why the directors were at the meeting, because it was causing problems for potential new projects that we were trying to obtain from the same client. So the consequences of not delivering the project as promised could have had serious long-term effect for the company as a whole. The meeting started with an update of what had been completed so far and unexpected problems encountered and already solved. The project manager and design engineer presented some information about the existing problems and some possible ways of how they could be solved. The accountant took her turn to explain various aspects of the budget and how costs had exceeded the project budget so far, and hopefully recover some of the overspending in the final stages of the project. As I said, I remember it very well because I don't think anyone really enjoyed that meeting. Most of the people who participated were very nervous about the situation, and several times they tried to blame other people and other departments for the delays and cost overruns. Even the directors didn't look comfortable because so much was at stake for the company. It wasn't the worst meeting I've been to, but neither was it the best. However, we did eventually solve a lot of problems, so it was certainly productive even though it was lasted for over 5 hours. I think if we hadn't organized it and got everyone together and finally hashed out all the problems, the whole project could have been a disaster in the end. I don't normally like meetings, but this was one example of just how important it can be to get everyone involved in something together, at least once, to discuss all the different aspects and come up with workable solutions. Part 3. What are the different types of meetings people often go to? People generally go to a variety of meetings or get-togethers, such as social get-togethers, religious meetings, meetings regarding any office issues. Some people say that no one likes to go to meetings. What do you think? Well, it actually depends on the kind of meetings they're entitled to. Usually, there's a boredom working when it comes to official or religious meetings to a certain individual who is bound to attend those to maintain their image of reputation. On the other hand, there are meetings of friends or relatives, which more often than not are fun and pleasing to be in. Why can it sometimes be important to go to meetings? Meeting often brings out important social issues. Meetings like seminars are very informative. Most importantly, people get to know each other's viewpoint on certain issues in meetings. That's why sometimes it's important to attend meetings.